Howdy, everyone. It... Whatever today is. Tuesday? Tuesday. Hello. It has been a little while since I last streamed, so I probably forgot how everything works. But hello again. Nice to see you all. Right back here. I've had a bit of time off doing... Well, I say time off. I've had a bit of time off streaming because I've been very busy. Making videos and going to tournaments and doing all that kind of stuff. So, hope everyone is doing well. Hello from South Africa, over Thailand. Hello from here. Already unemployed house to be streaming in the UK. I mean, technically this is my job, so technically this is like proper 9 to 5 time for me, so... It's unemployed hours for you to be watching in the UK. This is my job. So don't you put that evil on me. Any advice on Elden Ring or the South Coast Super Major? Elden Ring, no. Just take boss health to 0 before they take you to 0, mostly. Same with South Coast Super Major. Get their health to 0 before you get your health to 0. Physically and mentally. Have you know I am sick? Well. Sick of this bullshit, I'll tell you what. That's what you said, am I? Hell yeah. Hey, Pritters, how's it going? Finally met Pritters at Beachhead and played against the Space Wolves. He won. Because for some reason against Space Wolves, I just can't... It seems like it's a beatable army and then I'm bad. Is the problem. But I did get to fire a lot of missiles at 20 Blood Claws, which was very fun. Because here, 10 months. We're sick of not being...
Sick of not seeing you paint 1,000 Centurions. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you again for the Prime. Are the new anime units comparable to Centurions? Not really, not big enough. Like Cataphrons or Castellans are more journey. However, the Mutilators, the new Mutilators, oh, beautiful. Thank you, Alex Hardwick. I think it's louder than normal.
Right, let's get this started. Clang. Sadly, can't stay for the stream though.
That's a shame. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I feel like that's louder somehow, but that might just be on my end because I've changed them. Off route. Look at something up. Can you advocate for Stompers as much as you do Centurions? Stompers are very, very good. Stompers are high tier. Should be you be the change you want to see in the world. 30 Wolfguard Termies, 120 Blood Claws, 180 Creek. One of those is not like the other. I do think 30 Wolfguard Termies is actually pretty good. Very expensive though. 120 Blood Claws is funny. When's the new Pile of Shame video? I don't know. There probably won't be one for a while because I don't have time. I think that's going to be one of those things post Japan when we have to get back into sorting out. Because basically I've got really 2 videos until I'm going to Japan, which is going to be the second tournament and the third tournament. And tournament videos take a long time, so I'm taking like 2 weeks each to make those, which also means I have time to do this streaming stuff with also the painting. I haven't done a Thursday evening stream in a long, long time, so I might start doing the Pile of Shame reviews again soon. But when I get back, or maybe I'll do it when I get back. I don't know. I got the urge to paint Skitari. You think, hey, there you go. How's Stilt Guy doing? He's still fine. He's still in the corner. He's still standing. So did you do a Cows on that CSN take 24 obliterations? They might do in 11th, you never know. Probably won't, but I mean they could right? Because you get it's up to 12 if you get if mutilators are in the same squad size. Although aren't they coming in 3s? So it might be better. With mutilators you might be able to have a lot. Also the new Defiler looks awesome. New Defiler looks. Right. So I have a lot of Centurions to paint, which is a real problem. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to do as much of the kind of the underframe, the silver underframe, and like the cables and stuff, and some of the bigger silver details, just rushed as fast as possible just to get them down, because obviously I'm going to go over the black anyway when I do the armor, and also got the colors to do. And doing the frame is the thing that takes the most time. So I'm probably just going to try and do as much of that as possible. Just trying to think of what else I need. Like, I'm going to be so messy that it's going to cover a bunch of the black, but I'm going to recover that anyway. I just need to get some color down on these things. You prime them with Rattle Can or Airbrush? I primed them with Rattle Can on like the 1 spare hour of no rain that we've had in the UK. The past God knows how long. God, I don't remember how to paint. How do you paint? How does painting work? I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't painted. I haven't painted anything. When was the last time I painted something? Let's have a look. Was it 8th and Shan? God, it can't have been 8th. Surely I painted something between then. No, it was 8th and Shan. And I painted 8th and Shan in September. Guardian Logic with the 3 months.
Paul, have you considered winning at tournaments instead of losing?
You know what? I never thought about it that way. But you're right. I should just be winning instead of losing. If I said 100 will happen like magic, it will not happen. That just feels like I'm throwing £100 down the toilet. They're going to paint them Zelda or Mario. So most of them are going to be themes I already have. Apart from 6 of them I need a new theme for. I also have a Ancient to paint as well. But, yeah. Star Wars droid themed one? I don't know enough about Star Wars droids, unfortunately. How many Centurions do I need for your Raven Guard? As many as you want, but probably at least 18. If not 24. Because he's making my Space Marine damage. Ah, there you go. You start to feel a bit burnt out of 40k? Not really. I'm not so much burnt out of 40k as I am just tired in general because I've been very, very busy. So I've realised we're going to tournaments isn't just going to tournaments and obviously playing for like 9 hours of quite a thinky game while also standing up. Obviously, because it's also my job, I need to remember to do like, I'm also in my head trying to work out how to tell the story of the actual video. Plus, if people come up to, I've got to kind of always be like, not that everyone should be kind of like miserable at the tournament, but I, in particular, feel like I need to always be like, not performing, but if someone comes up to me and I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, that's not going to be great for people who have taken the time to come and say hello, right? So I feel like it's very much a very social thing as well, which after I've done a large social event, I get very, very tired afterwards. Even if I'm like going to like a friend's place for like the weekend. Like when I get home, or even my family, when I get home, I'm just like, right, ugh. I just have to decompress. And I've been doing that for 3 weeks in a row. Plus, the videos take a long, long time. Like if you watch the latest video, that one was fun to make, but also very difficult. And there's just a lot of stuff to do. And I'm going to Japan in less than a month. God, it's 3 weeks on Saturday. That's horrifying. And I've got a lot to paint. And the fact that I'm not painting it right now is bad, but also I'm reading chat, so we'll get around to it eventually. Decorating a room when holidays roll over so it'll be more thematic. Maybe, but also I'm lazy. Possibly. The thing is, I'll do it once and it'll be the same one if I ever do it like, year after year. Video's great though, thank you. Yeah, the video's doing well. And actually the last video I did, the tier listy video, which I kind of did, I was like, I need something before I go away. That video did very, very well. Video recorded next week with low effort for you. True. Getting a non-40k player to review 40k date sheets for a video. Should I get to look at Centurions? Yes, see if they can work it out. Show them both separately and not tell them that it's the same thing. For a proper airbrush thinner recently, it's new favorite way of painting. Yeah, airbrush is pretty good. I haven't got much space for it at the moment. I did sort my paints out though. So my desk over this way for you has all my paints like nicely in the right color order. I've got some like paint racks for Christmas from the woman, and I have enough paints that all of them fit apart from 3, which is my contrast medium, and then the 2 types of top coat thing, whatever you call that. They just put a grand green screen on one of the photos. But those pictures aren't too difficult to change. What do you think of Crucible Champions? It's alright. Varnish, thank you. That's the thing. That's the word I'm looking for. Like the hard coat and the storm coat, or whatever they're called. Crucible Champions was okay. There's no Centurion option, but technically, the Tech Marine that Steve made can now technically be real. Because you can have a heavy jump pack character, which leads Inceptors. So technically, I can now make that Tech Marine. If I wanted to. Does this require only got 2 Crucible Champions? I guess it's because it's weird, right? Because you basically are making several out of them, depending on what specialization you choose. So, for example, like rather than having loads and loads of different types of champions, you get the Archon / Succubus, which could be on a hoverboard or a Reaver jet bike or with wings or this, that, and the other, right? So that's kind of how they're doing it instead. It just feels like there's not much to it. It's literally just taking all of the basically taking all of the possible rules you can get at the moment and just basically saying mix and match. Mandrake character could have been a cool third. I think it would have been a case of like you just choose a specialization that allows you to go with Mandrakes rather than having a particular one. But the thing is with Centurion one, it would literally just be the captain or whatever, and then you just say with Centurion armor you pay the points. Not that hard to do. Custom characters tournament legality will be depending on the TO, but probably not. Because I think the problem is as soon as you start doing it for tournaments, people just go, okay, I'm going to pick the best one. Like, oh, I want lethal hits on a thing that doesn't normally get lethal hits. My friend is through the game, now he has 2k Space Wolves. My games take 3 hours to get to the end of round 2 because we're slow. Well, I mean, that's fine. We'll get there eventually. It's one of those ones that, yeah, speeds up over time. Like eventually you'll realize that actually round 1 is like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes long per player. Because you move and then you don't do anything. You just stage. And also the Dreadnought character one is a bit meh. It's like you can kind of the only real like cool thing you can do is maybe like half Redemptor, half Ballistus. Hey, I do shoot round 1, but I'm Tau. Well, if you're shooting round 1, then your opponent has made it so they can see you, which they shouldn't. A lot of the times in my tournaments, round 1 is like both of us going, I don't want to expose anything, so I'm just going to wait here. And they go, yeah, I'm going to wait here as well. And then that's about it. Then eventually, everyone just smashes into the middle and see what happens. Desk. Ta-da. Look, it's my horrifically white hands. Kind of cast in shadow. Oof. Right, here's 6 Centurions.
Are you going to build your own Centurion chapter master for your Screaming Ravens?
Thank you for the $5. Yes, I am. I've done the rules. I need to build the actual model. Do you already have 18 Centurions? Yes. And now I have 18 more. Basically, the way this is going to work for me is the next tournament I'm going to is Southwest Boom Major. It'll be 36 Centurions. And then I'm probably going to try and do one more tournament in 10th, which will be with a list which I think will be A and not 18 Centurions. So actually, I think I've done my last 18 Centurion tournament now. At least for 10th edition. Maybe it'll change in 11th. Maybe 11th will make Centurions really, really good and actually 18 Centurions becomes incredible. This is now just for me. This is now just the me part. Grab a stick, milliput, and a bucket. What's the milliput for? So just playing 10th edition, but in my city people play Warhammer, only play 4th edition and hate. Oh. They're all old heads, I guess. That's fine. You can find a tournament somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, I'm actually going to go with like a big brush. That's how much I need to get this done. Like, I'm not going to go with any sort of... Hang on, though. Nice. Literally, just gonna... I might be a bit too... Might need a bit of watering down. Might have been too... I might have gone too hard, too quick. But I literally just need to do that on all of these. Because I'm going to go over the armor in black anyway, and also half of this is going to have different colors regardless, so I don't need to be careful. I just need to be quick. If the undercoat is patchy, we'll need redoing anyway. All of these cables. Here. I probably won't do much with the guns. Mostly because with the guns, I need to do some other stuff. Like, guns are usually the bit where there's different colour. I mean, so... I honestly just need to get like that done, and then probably on these bits of the gun here. Or on, especially on these fist guys. Get that in. Front here as well. Also, I've left a massive bit there, but I've got 18 of these fuckers to get through. I can't be being neat in this initial stage. I can neaten it all up later. Like if I can be neat, I will. But I feel like if I'm gonna have to do a bunch of work anyway, just getting the silver in. Well, that might be too much, to be fair. Also, I probably shouldn't do these, because I know some of these are going to be different, like the top bits there. I won't do all of that. Like around there, for example. Like there. There you go, that's one done. Silver Junior, how's it going? You spend 5 hours per model? No, because that is the thing I can't be doing. Which is why I'm doing this so quick. Just get some paint on there. I've never really painted like this before, where I'm like being so messy. It feels somewhat wrong. It feels like I'm committing a crime. Especially because I'm running out of paint. I feel like when it comes down to base coat, you just gotta go for it. What should it's been about your tournament? Last Sunday, I could say, Paul, are you good? You look rough, buddy. I'm good. Again, going insane in those videos is a lot of fun, but yeah, those squares, man. I get it. Also, I don't. Because they have, like, the little, rectangular ones that they have 2 bits of wall for. Why can't I do that for the squares? Like, just something. Or even just make it a big block. I'd be happy with that as well. Okay. Spent like 4 hours on a single cherub yesterday? Damn. Wouldn't be me. I literally, because I honestly don't have time. I'm still bad at doing the right paint consistency. Never really learned how to do it properly. Also, apparently I didn't learn how to bloody spray paint because half of the spray paint in here is missing. Hard to get every single angle I spray while you do it later as well. I'm really just like... We're going too much now. I mean... Still bits of the bits that I need to get, like, done. Two. He gives it something. The thing from an old cartoon character for these Centurions? Don't know. I'm trying to think what old cartoon I'd do. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Scooby-Doo, but like the biggest Scooby-Doo person. How's it going, Christian? But now, if you want a Guardsman last night? Damn. How's it going, Luton? Oh, Luton, check your email. Or at least, maybe. I message. To be fair, I did a thing where I was like, oh, I'm back from holiday after Christmas. I'll email people, then realize, oh yeah, people are probably still on holiday. Well, I've spent a long time on some models before. These are not going to be some of them. Basically, my plan today, and the reason I'm doing it like this, as I said, is if I can get all of this, like, all 18 of this underframe done, because this underframe, once you've done it, you don't go back for it. It's just an annoying part of the process. If you're trying to be careful around other stuff, it's just a nightmare. So I think if I just knock this out now, get the paint on. I think that's just be constant stuff. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Alright. Thanks, Lucas. See you later. So much silver in my hand. Yeah. Hold on to the... There we go. There we go. I'll keep you in for a little while. How did I get so much silver there? I'm on it. There we go. Yeah, to fair Luton as well, I've been very, very busy. I think after... Again, I'm pushing so much stuff to after Japan, fully in the knowledge that that's when 11th edition is going to start being a thing, and so I'm probably going to be busy then as well, but at least it won't be so many tournaments. Tournaments is a thing that takes up... Honestly, as long as I get the underframe done. Honestly, not too concerned with overspill. Also, people being like, male VTubers are not a thing, Paul. There's so many male VTubers now in the, especially in the Warhammer space. Warhammer's so male-centric that even the VTubers are male. Okay, that's probably too much. I need to have some decorum when I do this. Jesus Christ, I don't even know how many years that is, so that's a different sub to normal. And Gendo 2003 with 6 months.
I do for Scott a new job which is more Warhammer yippee, not like I have 300 models build and not painted, but always need more.
Always need more. Thank you for the feedback. Also, Gamercon with the 2 months. All the re subs.
Like your videos.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The second child's arriving like a month or so before we're getting 11. Oh, man. Well, congratulations for one. So I asked my wife just hang out. Yeah, probably won't go down well, to be honest. But no, congratulations, man. Yeah, I imagine... I do want to have a chat with you at some point. Obviously, if you've got a kid, then... I wonder what takes priority. Crazy, right? I know. The answer is Warhammer, if you hadn't guessed. The answer, if you thought the answer was children, then... Yeah. Anyway, back to the plan with these things. Realistically, what my thinking is, like, if I just get all the undercoat, all the too much water. I get all the under frame done, which I don't go back to realistically, and then I can start doing them unit by unit. That's when they become more unique. So I feel like I've just replaced trying to be careful with silver with now having to be careful with the black. But that's a bit easier. I find the like Black Templar or Black Legion contrast paint 1 covers insanely well. Covers basically the same as a regular paint, but also a little easier to work with. Because these bits are always just, they're like fiddly and in the back. Bit of a nightmare. Maybe this is all an absolute horrendous idea, and I've got... Feels like it's going on both too thin and too thick. How I manage that? It's not correct. All I know is something is not quite right. Also, it could be because the base coat is a little bit all over the place in terms of like quality. Like the spray is in some places really good, some places really bad. Rest, I think. What's your second favorite Warhammer model? I don't know, actually. But I know what we're doing now. Yeah, the second kid, I guess, is the easier one.
Love your videos. As a fellow ADHD haver, you've really helped me get on top of my pile of shame and playing across the table once more.
Hell yeah.
Keep it up.
Thank you, ZFP, for the £5 super chat. I'm glad that my videos helped in some way. When I went to Beachhead, my first 3 opponents were all like first time tournament goers, which is really cool. None of them because of me. But still, it's cool to see new players entering the tournament scene. Barely covering. I'm like sniffling on it. Doesn't again feel correct. Non-binary.
Can't look at the stream today, but here is a little extra anyway. Hopefully you win at least once next tournament.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I have a feeling that with 36 Centurions, probably not going to win, but also, because I'll be using Gladius, maybe Gladius is just that strong. Maybe just, oops, Gladius will be the deciding factor. Look at the first one I did. It seems to be drying okay. These get to go over into the pile for drying. Three more. Let's wash the brush. Getting a bit messy. How do you learn though? Just go to. So I learned from a friend of mine who played before, taught me how to play in 9th. But yeah, if you go to a local game store, I'm sure that people have to teach you how to play there, or you have friends who want to help learn with you. That works too. Doing a Thunderbirds unit, your dad introduced it to you. You do the 5 Thunderbirds, right? I guess, is there a 6th? There's only 5 in there. Would be a problem for a 6-man squad, but a 5-man something would be cool.
You were mentioned in a 40k in 40 minutes episode. You're officially famous now.
Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I heard about that. Although I think it's not out yet, is it? I think it's behind the paywall unless it's out now. Yes, I did hear about that. I'm going to try a different brush, see if that helps. Ah, that's why. Hang on. I keep getting my... Shark Centurions. Isn't that just Carcharodons? You pick one for penalty? That's true. Oh, Thunderbirds, man. Which is the... Right. Big enough. Try it. Might be the care that you can take with this might be a better shout, to be honest. Okay. Using a slightly different brush just to test, see if it's better. The answer is... The answer is no. It just takes too long to do it with that small brush. You better do it. I feel like that short guy may have some you know, more investment in the shark idea than others. Not that I'm, you know, not that I'm saying it's a bad idea. I just think maybe you're letting your wants and needs overshadow your thinking. Crofix, thank you for the Instagram with Prime. Thank you very much. This is still messy as hell, but I think just getting paint onto model is important. Getting paint onto model quickly, doubly important. Realizing that you're covering half of your bloody palette with silver because you can't control the wet palette. Not as important, but certainly part of the process. Yes, I'm... don't need the wet back for dry brushing? I'm not dry brushing, so okay. The brush is dry, I'll give you, but I'm not dry brushing. You use Land Raiders with these, or Rep X's to try them around the board? Nope, I use neither. In my in my 18th Centurion list, I use Shadowmark Talon. Or just run them up the board. The Assault Centurions I run up the board actually works surprisingly well, to be honest. But the But for the 36 Centurions, I don't have points to have any vehicles. So. I have put them in repulsors before. You can't use repulsor executioners, they don't fit. Because there's only 7 spaces and each one takes 3, so you can't fit 3. I also don't own Land Raid. But the repulsors I found just... I think repulsors work well if you're not using as many Centurions. Because they are a decent vehicle. I see someone put some attention to a thing of Legend 6 months. Yeah, I mean, live in the moment. Who cares? This is funny now. I don't care what it's going to be like in 6 months. That's Future Paul's problem. What would you say the Necrons, the Centurions of Necrons are? Heavy Destroyers. Heavy Locust Destroyers are basically the Centurion of the Necron. This has been clinically proven by me, and my opinion. God. Like when I looked at these before, I was looking at them. Like I looked at a few of them, and went, "Oh man, the you know, I got most of the model with the spray. That's pretty good." And I'm looking at some of these ones as I pick them up and go, "Wow, I missed entire sections of that model. How did I miss that?" Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Why haven't they resculpted the beta destroyers? I don't know. Especially because they're doing so much destroyer-based stuff. You would think, wouldn't you, that eventually they would do a resculpted destroyer, the basic ones, because destroyers are cool as hell. And eventually I'll do my destroyer army. Again, that's after Japan South Coast Super Major plan. That. Someone followed. It was Matielka. Thank you. Well, it's looking amazing, is it? Or you can look at it far away, to be fair. Well, I mean, it's not meant to look amazing right now. It's meant to look rushed and shit. It is. About the process, isn't it? Gotta believe in the process or something. The reason I'm doing it like this, I think, part of my justification, I need to justify myself and talk, streamer. I feel like because I miss stuff and I'm messy anyway. But I try to be careful. If I just don't try to be careful, and then leave that for later, then it doesn't matter as much. I can be a bit more rushed. Do you ever consider doing regular streams? I usually do regular stream, yeah. The problem is I just haven't done it. I haven't streamed in the past few weeks because of tournaments and just be like I would have streamed, but I was just honestly too tired. Like literally, I just couldn't. I could barely speak. Was the main problem. Obviously, I say, oh yeah, I'm going to back to regular streaming. I'll then be away for like a month again because of Japan. But between then, I should hopefully be regularly streaming. I'm going to try and stream more like this week or leading up to it, which means I'll be leaving myself more time to do the videos. Like I'm going to do video stuff in the morning, the evenings, and then stream in the afternoons. Thursdays, try and get back into evening streams. Just to... Basically, I'll be painting. I'll be doing these painting streams. Because this needs to get done. And if I'm going to have to do this anyway, I might as well try and make a bit of money off it. Hell yeah, YouTube. It's been fun being able to tell people that, oh, Paul, why are you so tired? Oh, you know, I've been working like past 3 weekends in a row. And then hopefully they just don't ask what I do for a living. If they do, then they'll realise that actually I've been playing Warhammer. Which technically is working. For me. So I didn't lie. May have somewhat made it sound like I was being more useful to society than I might have been. I might actually not do the las cannon, mostly because those are area where I'll do the wires. Yeah, maybe I'll do something. I'll do it. I'll start it so I finish. I know that's usually a place where color comes in. Although usually actually it's just kind of standard with at least the ones I'm doing because it's Majora and well, I don't even need the missiles on these. Just the frame. Frame and the wires. Cables or whatever. Guns. All on the creator train. It's hard work. Start of the day. New show straight to browsing. We'll have a social. Hey, I'll have you know. I'll have you know, good sir. I am up at, before 7 every day. Because I have to take my medication. And usually go to the gym, although I haven't been going to the gym recently because I'm too tired. But I usually go to the gym in the morning. I was doing pretty well in January. February, not so much. January was going alright. Also, pro tip if you go into a event, or at least one of the days, if you're going to a 2-day event, wear some knee braces. Oh my god, my knees are so good. My knees have never been better. Well, I'm sure they have, but... like, after the tournament, I didn't have any problems with my knees. That's because I was wearing knee braces. They're not super comfortable to wear for like 9 hours, I grant you. But even if you just wear them a little bit, just to help alleviate some of it, oh my god. No knee pain. Normally I'd wear them like for one of the 2 days. Sometimes I wear them for both. But, game changer. Wish I could get up at noon. I don't even have kids to scream at me. I just scream. My brain just screams at myself because I need to have my good ADHD medication. Otherwise, I'll be a literal potato all day. And I don't want that. And then even when I do take it, sometimes I continue to be a potato anyway. Because of other problems. But to be fair, I was doing that when I was at my previous job, so it kind of was a habit from that. Once you get into a habit, it's actually not too bad. But it does mean I go to bed really early. I go to bed at like 10. DSM is overrated? Expand on that. Why do you think? Why do you think that? Like, your opinion only... Like, that opinion only makes sense if you can justify it. Because it's kind of just like a whatever take unless you... Unless I agreed with you. In which case I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, but obviously... If you want me to rate your opinion, justify why you think so. Otherwise, it's just a statement. Speaking of just a statement, this fucking model is a statement on my inability to art, let me tell you. 2 water. I mean, the chances are I'll be going back over the silver. This may end up being a complete waste of time if I make so many mistakes when I do the actual model. That means I have to go over all this stuff anyway. But again, it's the back frame that I'm most concerned. Just getting into these back bits. Then I just have to like fix these bits here. And then that big panel there, and everything else, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's a bit easier to do it like that. Hey, Polish Wolf, how's it going? We are actually over halfway through. We only have 6 more to do. That was quick. That was the whole point. But then I don't know what I'm going to do next, so who knows? My friends that play 40k, 2 or 3 of them play CSM. 3 people go playing local games will play TSM. So. I don't see how that makes it overrated. That just means people play it. I mean, it's a popular army, sure. A lot of flavors of it, but how does it make it overrated? Is my question to you. DSM's copy of Space Marines? I mean, almost quite literally, yes. They are evil Space Marines. But they have a lot of unique flair into them, I think. Like, the Demon Engine stuff, I think, is some of the cool shit. I love Demon Engine. And you can definitely see with the Definer, they've really, like, taken that Demon Engine part and they've, like, turned it to 11. They've gone like, yeah, you want Demon Engines? Well, fucking, here you go. Here you go, you shit. have the most demon-looking engine you can. It's huge. Thing's amazing. Be curious to do an efficiency test doing CSM trim just by hand or liquid masking color areas and airbrush. The thing is, a lot of people say like you like spray the trim color and then go through the bits in between. But the problem is, unless you're very steady-handed, you're still gonna get stuff on the trim anyway. I actually find trim a little easier to do and go between the trim. Then I'm also bad at painting. Like with the Thousand Suns, I found spraying the gold. One, the gold wasn't very, because gold spray isn't very good anyway. Bit of a problem when you're trying to spray gold. But two, I'd get stuff on it anyway. I have to recolor it. By that point, I might as well just do the whole thing. Also, that's Thousand Suns. Thousand Suns. I feel like I have not got this paint consistent ever. That is bothering me. Hopefully once it dries and I can go back and fix it up. I may even stop bothering doing. I feel like I'm just wasting my time because I feel like it's not the bit I'm concerned about. This is the bit I'm concerned about. Focus on that. There, like. I'm so bad at spraying apparently. It looks so good when they're all together. Now that I've actually tried to paint them, I'm like, oh Jesus. Spray half is blue. Any wish list for 11th edition? And there's a couple of like minor things, but honestly, like 10th is fine. I quite enjoy it. So just like some neatening up here and there, I think it'll be fine. If the Custodians is real gold leaf. Oh dear. I do have an idea for a speed painting system, which I think people enjoy, but I need to organize. Deeb's Scrub. Or right. think it's just 3 more. These 3. Legend, are you going to be the thick Terminator man? I've got a bunch of Terminators. Terminators are cool, to be fair. You know, Beyond the Foul-Handed? God, he's very good at what he does. Which is to stay at the back and just get command points and then at some point go, well, actually, I'm going to kill you. And I'm also not going to die because I've got like a, you know, pain or whatever. I will say, I finally played against Drukhari. I played against him twice now. And I played against Imperial Knights, so literally the only army I've not played against is Town. I've played against everything else now. Almost got the, and there's still a chance that by the end of 10th I'll have played against every army. I haven't played against affiliate agents either, but they don't count, so entertain them with a, with inclusion. Yes, all 3 of you Imperial Agents players, you can all be mad at me. I mean, 2 of you have YouTube channels, so. Good lord, Paul. Way to miss all this throw again. Saying that a lot. It's because it's happening a lot. Drukhari are difficult to play against when you have AC Centurions. Especially in Spectacle of Spite. Good lord. But they seem a lot of fun, and they kind of make me want to go back to my Drukhari at some point. And Imperial Knights, I defeated. So with my 1 game against Imperial Knights, I'm going to assume that every game will go the same, and I have no problems against Imperial Knights. Anything else fast? Yeah, anything fast is bad for me. Basically, the way you beat like a Raven Guard army like mine, which requires on uppy downy, is to just run at them and go, okay, you can uppy downy if you want, but there's nowhere to go. Wherever you do go, I will get to you. So I've no good melee threat, realistically. Like, Strike and the Vanguard vets are okay, not brilliant. Especially when you compare to something like in Black Template and get the Emperor's Champion, which is just an absolute ridiculous machine. Shan and Shrike are okay. They only really blend the Marines, which I already have plenty of ways to do. And my other problem is I have, like, my best damage is all limited shots. So as soon as you get a 4-up invuln, like, it's not great. And I'm just not that tanky. Like, comparatively. Have you played any World Eaters that did something more than Ra Charge? I haven't played against World Eaters in a while, so... And the one when I was playing, the tactic was Ra Charge, so... I know now you can use, like, Forge Fiends and stuff, but I haven't played against any Forge Fiend World Eaters yet. Mostly because I try to avoid them, because, God, they're horrifying. I literally have no idea how I'd beat something like Rage Cursed Onslaught. But that army is just insane. There's no way to beat that. Unless they just roll horrifically. If you're banking on that, then you won't. I think I got the important bits. Does oversimplify Khorne to be the mindless punching guys? I mean, you can represent martial prowess by being a mindless punching guy. I go forward and hit things. You ever tried turning a squad of assault terminators alongside the Centurions? I haven't, although I do want to. One of my ideas involves 5 or 10 hammer assault terminators just kind of hanging around with an ancient, kind of just try and gum up the works. It's quite a lot. Like I'd like to go with the big 10, but it's just too many points for what probably isn't as tanky as I think it is. But every time I play against 10 terminators, they always stick around. But it's just it just becomes a 4-up save. You shows you have to drool a little if the frame doesn't move for 30 seconds. I mean, you know, I'm not drooling a little bit. It could be 30 seconds. Right. Let's invert that. Next step. I'll be right back because I'm going to clean up a little bit. Probably replace this with one that's not covered in silver. And then I guess we're going to look at painting one of the dudes. One of the squads. Unfortunately, the one I started the silver on is the one I haven't got a theme for, so I'm going to have to go with one of the other ones. It's probably going to be these guys. To be honest. Probably the easiest one. Be right back a sec. Yeah, I'll entertain you with some music. Way too loud. I'm back. Hello. Do you think your metallics a little bit? Not much though. Right. I realised I've forgotten a thing. My headphones. I just have to yell across the room. Ah. Right, you what I grab first. Chaplain 7 you get filled against volumes. That's the other thing, yeah. It's either a chaplain or a ancient. So do you run paint streams? Hell yeah. This is the what I'm gonna go for. These are the I don't know if I can get the best light for it. Yeah. Lighting's hard. These are my Midna theme ones. They're not too bad. It's just the kind of guns have this kind of like weird dry brushing effect. Like just kind of like glowing slightly with that kind of turquoise, and then it's just they got the kind of bit there as well. Otherwise, kind of standard. I realised on these that all of the pipes are black, not silver. It's only these clip bits that are silver, but you know what? Same over there, so that's probably been... Oh well. Oh yeah, I only do one eye on these as well because of the way that the helmet on Midna's thing. So that was cool. That was a cool idea. Even these, if you look too close, it's a bit rushed. Also, I need to get this big bit of old hot glue because this one's magnet's falling off. So these just need to look like that, and then that's going to start with guns. If I get the guns in, maybe. I don't really know where to start. I think it's silver is probably the place to start, to be honest. Maybe black. Here at the top here, the silver is in the wrong place. I think we start with black. I think we neaten up. Oh no, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with white. There's a few bits I need to cover to make it easier later. Let's do that. Well, not white, but like grey and then white. Different pipes don't pop out as much? Yeah, exactly. So the themes, these three are going to join this squad. The other three Devastators are joining the other squad. I only have like 3 that need to be, or 6 that need to have a new theme. And I think actually all of those big. I suppose one of them's this is probably. Let's just get a bit of the old paint. The old, I like that. Let's see if I can learn to actually water down the paint. So literally, I just need to do here. Trying to do it so you can see, but also I need. To
Let me tell you, I do like the chest missiles, but D3 damage is a nightmare. Also, I think on this one that's it. Although, oh no, down here. I want to be down here as well. These security seals. How do I do the... That one across. Hey Raziel, how's it going? Is it Centurions have been moved to go to Legends? Probably not. Just because they're first one, I think they're fun. So General Grievous? Hello there. How many Centurions do you have to paint? I have to paint 18. I've done the silver on all of them. Very, very rushed. So, likelihood is I'll have to go back. Well, definitely have to go back and clean it up. But I wanted to get the underframe done just as bestly as possible, so I can concentrate on then doing the details afterwards. I don't twist my arm like an absolute... Don't do anything. That. And... what was it? There. There. Raziel, 13 months. Over a year. Thank you very much.
"18 Centurions? That's more than the number of months I've been enjoying your content. You got this, Paul.
Hell
Never
yeah.
give up."
Oh, I'm sure I won't. Or at least I try not to. Upcoming tournament? Yeah, so these are going to be part of the 36 Centurion South Coast Super Major. Why I'm doing them, like, relatively... I have a lot of models I do want to do, and I do enjoy these painting streams. I'll probably do a lot more of them. Yeah. I think having the videos be less frequent. And I think the Thursday streams will go back to being stuff like I'll take courts and whatnot. Which has been a while since I've done one. Yeah. Room reviews. But again, that's kind of a post-Japan. Post-Japan. I report some of the best on YouTube. Thank you very much. I've had a few people like start asking me how I do them in terms of like not just to turn the program, but like how I remember. And the main thing is, I think a lot of obviously the battle reports, which are just showing the game. You don't need to know where every single unit moves at all times. If you want a summary, you just need to know the key parts that kind of made the game different, or the plans. So a lot of the time, those maps are probably not 100% accurate, right? As long as you get the main bits down, be able to tell the story.
I think the main thing is like not many channels are doing, all 5 games at a tournament or 3 games. And you can tell a cohesive story across that many games. Quite like, because I feel like even though all the games are a vacuum, your previous thing could affect the next one. Especially if you get like the same opponent, like the same, going against the same army that you just lost against, or a whole host of different ways that can kind of spawn interesting tale. I mean. That done. Back Wolfblade, thank you for the $5.
You got this, Paul. Can never have enough big scary models.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Would you still play these Centurions if they were riding bikes and became mounted? I guess so. I guess I'll just have to put them on different bases. They'll have them surfing. Which we're wanting the ring 10,000 dice rolls, exactly right. I'm done with that for now. What I want next is, I think, participants of process. I like the floating ones. I'll also. Well, they're both kind of. This one might be better. Have to give this one a good old shake. Don't need as much. Forgot about that. Mage more. Sorry for not speaking again. I caught that one, Raziel. I looked up. You can't catch me with that bullshit.
Lloyd noises.
Well, thank you for the super chat. I fucking caught you. That ain't gonna catch me out. Like first reading so bad? I don't think they're that bad. I think they are usable in Forge Fathers. Or whatever the odd one's called. Fire Assault. Like the flamers are decent. They just need a bit of support. And they're not a good like general purpose unit, but they are a good unit if you can support them. Same with Centurions, right? Like Centurions need support in terms of like being able to move forward. If you work with that, they're actually pretty decent. Warp Spider Flamer? Yeah, but Warp Spiders are a very different unit. Warp Spiders also die to us different. Right. And much, much faster. But they have a different niche. They're kind of like an assault. A sudden assault rather than a sector. I think the Furnace Marines probably work pretty well as like a objective holder. If you bring them up in like an impulsor or something. Have them hop out. And just overwatch anything that gets close. But then I could be wrong. You know me, I'm bad at the game. Well, I didn't see what the question was. Oh, Wolf Blade. Thank you for the
I'm waiting for Space Shark themed Centurions to be available from Atlan Forge, hoping to give them power fists / claws.
I'll make that short guy happy. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Been a while since last watched the stream. That's good because it's been a while since the last stream, so haven't been missing much.
I haven't streamed since like the end of January, so good.
Current weapons are very good at overwatching, but they are actually also just very good. If you're playing against a lot of low toughness, one wound things, they're extremely effective again. That's why I quite like them on Assault Centurions, because you don't really need the melt up on. But being able to go into mixed arms, like in Imperial Guard, claim a one thing and punch another, very effective. Especially with fallback. Very, very effective. Oh. Finish Chaos Runner? Hell yeah. What do you think new Crucible Champions cost to chat to? It seems pretty cool. Quite like it. It was fun. Alright. So. That. I'm probably cleaning up the weapon. Maybe just cleaning up everything. At least the armor. No, I'll tell you what next planet is. Actually is silver. Do all of the small silver details. Like the rims. And then clean up. Back to the silver mines it is. Boy, do I love silver. What would be your favorite combat patrol and why? The old Drukhari one, because it was ridiculously fantastic. You're painting. That might as well finish painting Pathfinder. Exactly. You might as well, if you're here, you might as well do some painting, right? No reason why not. Now it's time to do all of the extra silver parts that aren't that. Like there. Guns and this. And in fact, all the bits that I missed when I went over with the big brush. Yeah. That was the thing. What's that? DFP, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, I tried. I tried to get the silver. To be fair. Well. Put on these ones. Like, I might make that silver this time. I like the idea of the back of this. Even across there. A little bit different. Back should be all good. Around the front. Lose my mind. Yeah. Hey. What'd be your second army in Warhammer 40k? I have Drukhari and Thousand Suns. I have a lot built. Over 2,000 points, not much paint. I have a lot of Necrons now. I do want to do a Necron Destroyer.
I'd say probably the one I kind of keep up with the most in terms of what I'd want to do as a second army is probably. Though with the Defiler coming out,
here comes trouble.
that's like quite fun. What is this?
What is this? Glorious miniatures. Thank you for the 27 party raid. How's it going? Hope you had a good stream. What were you working on today? Hello, welcome everyone in. If you don't know who I am, tell you. Don't know why not, but there you go. That's what you get. A hairdryer works when you do certain like crackle base thing, because it makes it crackle different. But the thing is, the paint dries so quickly, you don't really need a hairdryer. If your paint is taking a long time to dry, it's probably too much. The paint does not. This kind of paint does not take long. So by the time you've done one section, the chances are the dried. I bet that by the time I've done this trim here, the bit of the trim I started at is. Contrast might be slightly different, but again, you don't want to do that with contrast paint. You want to let it dry naturally. As far as I'm aware. Warhips will be the first. And got these fancy lights, and I'm struggling to the shadow of the model most. There you go. With that trim, it's a lot better. Rubber dry bases, yeah, bases I think is something. Future videos are great. Thank you very much. For them. Well, I assume you enjoy them. You said they were great. You might not enjoy them, to be fair. What do you not like on Space Marines 40k? I don't like scouts. I just think they're too not chunky enough. Like, why be scout when big armor? Ooh. I was concentrating. What's up? Yeah, the reason I'm having all my Necron Destroyer lists reprinted.
Well, as long as you're enjoying yourself. Change my mind about the one of the gun. Ah, right, yes. So I do need. I now have to remember which contrast paint it was. Looks like it might be Athematic Blue or one that's called green, but it's not actually green. Or is it Athematic Blue that's green, not blue? There's one of them which is the wrong, which is definitely not the right color. It says, in terms of like, it says it's a blue, but it's clearly not. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. There you go. Bit more silver on that. One down, 2 to go. Oh! Of the year, submit my crew army to armies on parade. Hell yeah! A full crew army, 1 beachhead. Like just a ridiculous amount of crew. One of my friends played against it. He said it was just like ridiculous. Which metallic? This is Lead Belcher. Darren Wenzel, thank you for becoming a member. Going back and forth on my thoughts about where to... Isn't useful because half of them are going to be wrong. Just get the color on there, you fool. Okay, now that it's dry, to be fair, that rush job actually... where it's actually got the paint on them. But, for the most part, it looked pretty bad when I was doing it. Again, trust the process. Doing the process wrong. I guess you wouldn't know that until the process was complete, right? Be skeptical about the process, but don't be overly dramatic. Phrase. Speaking of the process, I've missed several. I'm gonna do a very quick change here, so I missed several purity seals. They were hidden. Yeah, Lead Belcher is like the best. Lead Belcher is the best right now. Just got here, what did you miss? You missed me very hurriedly painting the frames of 18 Centurions, and now I'm very not hurriedly painting the rest of it. So I should be hurrying because of time, but also... this is the part of the painting process I actually enjoy. Weirdly, I do feel like I enjoy painting more when I'm streaming. Which is odd, right? Might not be I enjoy painting when I'm streaming, maybe I just enjoy painting when I'm pattern. Solitudous painting is less... if that makes any sense. Solitudous isn't a word, so I don't know why it would make sense. Is your PO box still open? It is, yes. It should be linked in either my... in the description of this video. If not, it's in the description of most videos. Like this stream. It's in the description of most videos. It's also on my profile. Also, who was the guy who said they sent me something that I should check my PO box? Because I checked it and there was nothing there, so it might not have arrived yet.
not saying you haven't sent anything, I'm just saying it hasn't arrived. It may have arrived by now. I do need to check it. Oh, I haven't checked in a while, so I do need to go check. I basically need to make sure I check it monthly. But I think when it comes to renew it, I'm just going to have them send me stuff rather than having to go check it because it's a nightmare to get to.
I'm excessively late. Oh, there's another one. How many bloody Fury Seals do you need, mate? Jesus. Another one down there. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's only 2. And then there's actually, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need 6 Fury Seals. Come on now. Come on, Nate. You're just being silly now. Put on the Fury Seals. Going to be that, sure.
I'll go back for you. I'll come back for you in a sec.
Got some shoulder trim to paint. This is what I like about Centurions. Well, the trims on the shoulders are really. The big swooping ones, rather than to curve around. Bloody brush, just very nice and simple. Bit annoying getting into these.
Eight-0 with full crew? Damn. Sounds like full crew's quite good. Favorite Phoenix Lord? Phoenix Lord? Lickers. Lickers. Damn cool mod. So Vital or Thousand Suns? Whichever one you think is cooler. If you think they're both about the same coolness, then whichever one you think would be never be never... What software do you use to your avatar? It is Studio on Steam. Probably the next one. Bit wild. I'll do it now that I've noticed. What do you think would rock the hardest, or was it Votan? I get it. Both down are pretty good, to be fair. That the Delve one, the one that gives Berserk's battle line, seems to be really good. Like, a friend of mine plays it. To great effect. Like, lots and lots of Berserks and Honky Tonks is insane. Let me just finish up the Would you get the new T-Suns Battle Forces instruments ones? No, no, I don't need either of them. The T-Suns one seems pretty good, but I have too many protocols, so. Hey Ivy, how's it going? Do you have a shot at Nid? Ah. Too much. Are there any bloody more hidden? Or is that all of them? If that's not all of them, then tough. You had your chance. You had your chance. Worth getting the Death Card Codex? Honestly, mostly just to be able to see it on the app if you want to play it. But if you're not going to have much time to play, or even so, you could probably find the rules for free in certain places like New Recruit. Or make shorts. No, I do have some T-shirts and some objective markers at Orders Battles shop. I don't do shorts. You finish your grot? Hell yeah. Oh. Here we go. Don't know why I added more silver. I have plenty of silver on this part. A lot of details with the game, but more. The silver is not as silver. Or is it? You know what? I have to just consider that it'll do. I can't be too choosy. I have to have a pace of like
a model a day. Like, some of it has to wait till I'm back from Japan. It's just as long as it's not all of them. That's the main thing. Would you ever make shorts merch? To be fair, that is the kind of funny merch I'd like to do. That can cover Gaslands? Hell yeah. Each link attracts a separate. Ooh. On those sides as well. Oof. But. Mr. Insurance, do I have this? I'm painting 18 more. So I have 36. So technically I have a few more because I've got some that a fan sent me. One that was... I've actually got like 40. But there are 4 of them are sentimental rather than gameable. Yep. Yeah. Should be so. Don't work. Like good dice rolling hands. They do. They can hold a lot of dice. These the great big claws of mine. Can hold a decent amount of dice in one. Not that I ever get to use that many, but. Does someone say that you had too many Centurions because you'd lose a tournament? I mean, they're probably not wrong. Where's the fun in not using those? What, 18 or however many I use? I don't know how many I use. I don't know how to play the game. I'm probably gonna, you know, the person you probably heard say that was probably me. It's probably me that said that. I'm gonna be so real. You can prime your Legionnaire now? Hooray! Yeah, that was the main thing I was glad I managed to do. Basically, what I did is I basically set my I set these guys up, like with the blue tack on the things I used to spray, like things I used to hold to spray them. I had them set up and ready to go. As soon as it was like an okay day, where it wasn't raining, I was like, right, we're going. Get out there, do it quickly, before British weather decides to turn again. And then that afternoon, it shut it down. So I was like, you know what, smart. Play a smart play. Standing move. Maybe one of those two. Oh, that bit's so silver. Shouldn't be. I don't know. Right. That was done. Even they were impressed with how the Centurion squad did even against Catan Shard. I wish my Centurions were good against Catan. Jesus. The amount of 4-up saves. The worst thing that they were against was against the Silent King. My god, is D6 and D3 damage the worst thing in the world. Oh, there's a men here with 5 wounds. Okay, how much damage? 1. 2. And then feel no pain. 1. And then 1. And 2. Oh, it's got 1 wound left. 7 damage. Thanks. Thanks, game. Great. 3 las cannons to kill 1 men here. But it could have been 1. Absolute state, man. My paint's back properly, so I don't have them all higgledy-piggledy again. I'm gonna have a drink, and you should too. Make sure to hydrate. I'm hydrating with wash. Not paint water. RNG seed sucks. This is the thing, is my dice are probably like perfectly average. The issue is that they roll the things at the wrong time. Why it's so red? It's squash. Like I rolled ones and I probably rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in about the average amount of times my damage. The problem is the 1s, 2s, and 3s happened when they had a lot of wounds, and the 4, 5, and 6s happened when they had no wounds left. Like, what are you gonna do about that? I'm looking forward to. Someone else mentioned. I'm looking forward to that Turtle coming out. I want to see the Centurion praise. I need more people to be Centurion believers in this economy. In this economy, especially. Right. What I'm going to do now is, as you can see, there's loads of overspill. It's absolute safe. But because a lot of the areas that are normally black, like you can see in there, that's just like grey, I am going to go over with Black Legion. Best contrast paint in the world. I've seen you AMAC models? I did, yes. They look. Do I want this?
Have I considered getting Noise Marines? I do like Noise Marines, but it's an army I don't play. But if you want to play Emperor's Children, I feel like just getting the Emperor's Children boxes, just like all of them, is a great way of doing it. Because all of them put together is like just an insane army. They all have the exact right things you really need. Oh, well played.
Nonsense. Just need more Dakar.
True, just more Dakar. Always more Dakar. If you got a problem, need sorting. Dakar, thank you. Appreciate it. I think it's going to make a lot of difference. Nice. Dark. Can't really see much in there. Places up here where it's obvious that I completely...
And you got the main bits, which are kind of the big problem, which is
Massive back panel hit. That fixed. No one's the wiser. Oh, just... These bits I always overpay. Then, but I don't normally have to do, if it's actually it's here. These legs at the back, the actual Space Marine leg. Probably I don't get silver on. There. Also, because it's right at the back and it's hidden, I don't that much. there as well. I'm kind of trying to get this contrast a little bit of a win. Your wishes for 11th edition? There's not much, to be honest. Mostly just like a few bits cleaned up. I think 10th edition's good, so most cool new stuff. There you go. Although it's all shiny, obviously, because it's dry in contrast paint. Do any Scream Raymers fall into chaos? I think I could have a story of one of my old captains fall into chaos based on his Crusade performance. Pretty neat. That touching trim that I just did. Bit of top hat. This side. Aromas with these kind of shoulder bits, the more you try and clean up the... At least that's how I work. There. Oh, I missed a big bit of silver. Good. You got steady hands? They're somewhat steady. A lot of it is just like, if you clamp your wrist like that, you get a lot of support. You don't want to like over like tense. When you tense, that's when you start. Obviously, if you have like any like neurological or that makes your hands shake, then that's to have my sympathies. There are mitigations. My problem is less so that my hands aren't steady, but I'm just more careless. Sometimes my hands kind of go where I'm not really expecting them. When it takes a curve. like the brush touches a place I wasn't expecting to touch, and then suddenly the paint decides, oh, I actually really want to be super easy to transfer. Transfers to the wrong place. Then I try fixing it, and it just fix it. I want to make sure I get back. Woof! So that. What else come back? Eyes. Oh, not terrible there. I mean, I've got a bit on that missile, which is made it look like it's got a black eye, but there you go. Getting there. Getting that up quite nicely. You can see how that's going to become that, right? Blue on, and the bit of red there. Red kind of transition-y bit. We're all good. Huge fan of yours. I'm just starting to get into the hobby. Hell yeah. Thank you for making videos to make the game and community feel so welcoming. And yes, because of you, I got the mad case. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Welcome into the hobby. What are the odds of Centurions hitting Legends? I think it's low. The thing is, I think they have a good niche. And even if they are being Legends, you got time with them. Like, even if I only get one game with 36 Centurions, it's worth doing because it's funny. To be honest. Also, Saturn Terminators. I like them. I prefer them without the shoulders. Like, the shoulders, in fact, I got an example. He's come off his base, but I made the Praetor. I use both melee weapons because it's cool as hell. But that's without the shoulders. I just think they look cooler like that. To be honest. They have a cooler vibe. Like, originally I was like, for the shoulders. And then I saw them in person. I was like, oh, actually, they are really cool. And then I saw in person ones that didn't have shoulders. I was like, actually, without the shoulders is even cooler. That is just without shoulders. You don't really need the alternative. Like, the actual under suit looks cool already without having to do anything to it, which is very useful. Oh look, another. Why have I missed so much? Well, that's not exactly like a small decal that I've missed. A lot of clean on this because I missed loads of stuff.
Good progress, thank you. Looking too good at this painting shenanigans, have to report you to the council. Don't look at the back of the model. Ah!
Four of these bits that are clearly overrun with. All the parts that have no silver when they should. Blind. Over here though. Oof. I think I should have bothered with these back bits. Get like that minute bit of telling there. I'll just...
Like that. Do you think your whole pop behind? No, these are contrast paints. You don't need thinning. But this this black contrast is just insane. It's just I don't know what they did with it, but it's just a like even as a non-contrast, it's just perfect. Like straight out of the pot. So good. I'll just use it on it like everything. It's not like a normal contrast, but has like obviously it has translucency, but not much. It's actually a really, really good coverage.
I will sing the praises of Black Legion contrast paint. But anyone who cares to listen.
Do you think has the coolest models? Necrons have some cool. I like Space Marine. Most Rangers have cool shit. The only one I don't think has much cool shit is Imperial Guard, to be honest. What do you normally do recommend for painting or finishing bases, miniatures, especially large ones of vehicles? I usually just use like a base, like one of their like base paint things. The texture things. One of them. Then like a wash, and some pretty little like. Oops. Usually my go-to. Pretty well for me. The
Think you'll do something with the new custom chapter thing? Sorry. I can make the tech marine that Steve made a real character. Probably what I'll do. But they don't have any Centurion characters. That's the only one I've got like a model that I could actually use. And it's cool models. Getting on with that. So indecisive. Not where I want to be. The Centurion character? No, that you can't do a Centurion characters. They didn't give the option. So it'll be very easy. You just do what they do for all the other ones and go, oh, if you want this armor, it can now lead Centurions. You pay extra. Your stat line is now Centurion. All the other ones, like for bikes, it's like, you now are a biker. You have a bike stat, and you have the bike keyword. You can very easily do that for Centurion. It's just an appropriate number of points, really. Doctor 49, the 49th Doctor. Thank you for coming the Prime. Is there maybe a Master Centurion now? Hell yeah, but sadly I don't have a Space Marine army. Unfortunate. But whatever army you do have, I'm sure you could find a equivalent. When there is a model or an army that is, as a whole, quite tricky, awful to assemble. A sword to assemble. But really great to paint. Corn demons, interesting. Why corn demons? I don't know enough about the assembly of corn demons to know, so I'm asking you. I mean, Necrons do feel like a nightmare. So, some of the Necron models are a bit of a nightmare because there's so many spindly bits, but then they're really easy to paint because it's just... Where's your opinion on Primarch returning full? Sounds cool. Cool models. They do cool shit. Oh, coming up stronger case? Hell yeah. Good day, it's been, oh boy, never have I seen such a man. He was one roll away from losing his marbles. Listen. The problem with that tournament was it was literally all me, and that's the worst. When it's like a thing where it's like, yeah, my dice were bad, but when it's all on me, just screwing it up and then getting tilt. It wasn't so much tilt, I was kind of playing into it a little bit. And I think by trying to play into that tilt and be a haha funny man, I made it worse. Okay, how bad his rules army? You just wonder why run him, he's bad. I'm like, you don't get it, he looks amazing. Yeah, that's the thing, Lord Marshal Dry looks awful. All he needs to do is just be able to leave, like, Rough Riders, and it'd be great. He's just very expensive for what he does, but again, it's the aura of it. And I'm sure you could find a way to actually run him, like, quite successfully. I think when people see that kind of stuff and they go, oh, he's not, he's not very good, and then you do the thing he does, like, successfully because you practiced, they go, oh, boy. So you can catch people off guard that way quite a lot. Off guard. I'm at town with silver. You don't need to silver this hard this quickly. Is McCullough's stream Overlord Ains all down. Should I ditch class to watch his stream? Probably not. Depending on non-class. But I would say probably not. You're probably not going to get as much useful, as much use out of this stream, which watches a VOD, than your class. Stay in school. You may end up as a youth. Let me tell you, it's not as glamorous as it seems. Okay, my job's great. It's one of those ones, right, where with YouTubing, I feel like I work very, harder than I've worked on for my whole life. But it's not a hard job. It's a hard job in terms of like the amount of effort. But it's not a difficult job. There are difficulties to it. Sure. There are, there's always problems. You have to put a lot of effort into it to get a lot out of it, but it's not the easiest job in the world, but it's not that. It's hard, not difficult. Conceptually, it's easy. Actually, like, doing it is, in some respect. Hello, I'm in streaming. Oh yeah, we're coming up to the part where Paul goes weird. Do you have any other war games you want to try out? I'd certainly like to look into some. Whether I want to try them is a different story. I've got Age of Sigmar armies, I definitely want to try. Realistically, with this one, I get in between all these little spindly bits is a bit not the end of the world. Actually, done really neat there. Drizeru, thank you for the 9 months. Prime. The alternating actions give us more thoughtful and fluid games. You won't see gunline armies working with 50% an army without a single move by the team. That doesn't happen unless you have got bad terrain. Generally. The thing with alternate action, it just becomes a very, very different game. It becomes an entirely different game. And if you think people don't like change, oh boy, you suddenly make it alternate action. it basically becomes an entirely different game. I don't mind back and forth. The thing is that you get some advantages with the kind of back and forth gameplay, in that you have to kind of think about the setup and then the, you know, you have a chance to set up everything for a army-wide scale plan and not have to react to a move every single time. Like you can kind of come up with a plan that spans the whole field, which is kind of interesting. Like you can use combos that way, rather than going, like, for example, if I wanted to do a combo with like Centurions, for example, where I set up somewhere and I thought to see Centurions somewhere else, I couldn't do that because if you see it, then you can block it. While I can kind of move you around the board and then do a whole army like thing. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, I think most of my games aren't won or lost on a single big go turn, but more kind of an accumulation of mistakes over the game. Sometimes I'll fall foul to a go turn, sure, but not as much as it used to. So what should be an action, not a strat? I go shooting with this unit this phase to set Overwatch. It's a little bit like holding an action. Yeah, I think the problem with that is conceptually, yes, very cool. But what you could do is you could essentially put something like a massive flamer unit somewhere and go, okay, every turn I'm going to set Overwatch here. So if you move anywhere near like the 12-inch bubble of these guys, you get Overwatch. So this 12-inch, it basically becomes like a infiltrator's like anti-bubble. People just won't go there. A reactive Overwatch is, I think, quite interesting because it means you, like, especially I've had games that's like, you know when someone's trying to pull a sneaky on you with how they're moving, when after every single move they go, do you want to Overwatch that? And you go, no, I don't. And they go, okay. Then they move something else to go, do you want to Overwatch that? And you go, no, thank you, because they're waiting for you to pull the Overwatch out. And I've done that to people. It's very fun to be like, do you want to Overwatch that? No? Ah, you're waiting for something, are you? It kind of gives you the ability to kind of like do more aggressive moves. Like, I'm going to do this really aggressive move. Do you want to Overwatch that? Yes? Ah, okay. Well, and then I can do this other move that you are waiting for. And again, that doesn't work with alternate action, right? It's got this kind of small minutia in the way that 40k works that make it quite interesting. And again, I think the other thing with that is like there are alternate action games out there. If that's your bag, then that's your bag, and you can find them. I'm not saying if they turn around and like, okay, 11th edition is alternate action, I'll be like, boo. But you know, White in Your Hand sticks. I mean, they're pretty close to sticks. I think when we get back into Warhammer Lost Interest, but your videos brought me back in interest. Hell yeah. I mean, they're pretty. Got this thing going on. I don't know why it does that. I've just done that all my life, but that doesn't work like that. It should work like that. It works like that. Don't know why. Pretty stick-like. Think of Overwatch Pred, you already give up on a round of shooting to wait in Overwatch. Think Overwatch cost CP, I think it's just something Trent sort in charge. Wow, I don't like that. I know, right? I don't know, it's just done that all my life. I don't know. I don't think I've broken it at any point. It's just that one finger is a bit weird. Last video, the two things that were good from the tournament was that your channel name still has relevancy. You could have come in last place, so you're still bad at being bad. Exactly. I found that if I do extremely badly, I always come second to last. I never come last. If I do positive win rates, it's always the worst one. I'm always like the lowest 3-2 or the lowest 2-1. And then if I come 2-3, I'm just like in the middle. Doesn't that hurt you? No. I don't know why. Like this bit of my finger here just has an aggressive amount of movement for some reason.
I have no idea why. Do you think something changed is as much as advantage it often is? It like the going second thing is very mission dependent. Like Scorched Earth is insane to go second because you can very easily get a load of points at the end. Same with the one that's like 6 hidden supplies. But I think the advantage of going first is you can position, and it's a very different way of playing the game. But I think most people, when they not consciously, but I think most people when they build an army do build it to be quite good. Going second. My army is actually one that doesn't do good going second because I've run out of stuff to do. I do sometimes prefer going first. Because the other thing with going first is you can very much like dictate the pace of play. So if you like chuck loads of stuff forward and say, okay, I've got all 3 objectives here, you have to come out and deal with that. I think the thing with going first, if you play passively, you lose the advantage. You gotta kind of go aggressive. Like new Votom army? Hell yeah. But the problem is I don't do that because I get scared. I'm sure someone who's good at the game who is smart will be able to like probably work out how to do that. Right. I'm just gonna pop over to here for a sec while I sort some stuff out. What did you learn about going aggressive? Don't go too aggressive, but you certainly go aggressive-ish. My problem was that I wasn't going aggressive onto like the points. I was going aggressive into the enemy's deployment, which is a terrible idea. But realistically, if I just like park like big units, this is kind of my plan for South Coast with 36 Centurions. If I just do like turn 1 and like advance and shoot or something, just move everything forward and just go, okay, I've got like 6 Centurions on each of the middle objectives. Your move. Oh, you didn't kill them all? Advance and charge. I like building armies based around 1-2 units I want to min-max. Yeah, that is fun. I think it was always fun to think because you can get to wait how your opponent moves first. You can easily see how they go instead of go first, like going out blind. That's the thing, but it is a case. Realistically, the advantage comes in the turn 5 scoring at the end, and it's because I think, again, someone who's good at the game may correct me here, but I feel like going first, you need to just play more aggressive to force them to do something about it. Because if you play passive, they can just wait, and then at the end they can score, right? Like, you have to kind of put the player in second on the foot of going, you need to stop me scoring with something, and then I can counter that with my thing, and then that's kind of how it works. Obviously, the resculpt Centurions, I have more Centurions. I'll probably still be able to use these. Things like jail lists, it's anti-pull if you try stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you go first with like and you're a jail list, you're laughing. Like, you've got your play, right? I think in 11th edition, some units have 8th edition free Overwatch. I don't know if they should have free Overwatch. Some places still have. I think some places still do actually. Like Secretary Robots still have free Overwatch. Overwatch hitting on something other than 6s is always very scary. Honestly, I think the way they should fix Overwatch or make Overwatch more interesting is because the interesting thing with Overwatch is you have to be within 24 to do it. And then I think Overwatch is fine, actually, thinking about it. I like doing my Centurion Overwatches. They're always fun. Steeljack's and Emmy, yeah. So Steeljacks have it as well. I just eat 8 or so infantry forward to see what happens. I mean, yeah. If you have enough of them. Dark Tranus, by the way. I didn't notice you subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much. If Overwatch back to Titanic users, we can be trusted? No. Not if you can see through walls. Or not if you can just toe into a ruin. No, thank you. Yeah, free watch rating on 2s outside out the Hex Mark Destroyer is fun, yeah. I like that. Where's my next tournament? It'll be South Coast. I've written the video. I need to record the video, which I'll do tomorrow, for the teams tournament. So that's next video. That'll come out a week on Friday, hopefully. And then 2 weeks after that will be the Beachhead tournament. And then I'll be in Japan. annoyingly, because of like, so they announced 10th edition at the end of March. Adepticon is the end of March, so they're probably going to announce 11th edition whilst I'm in Japan, which is annoying. Last time they announced 10th edition while I was in Florida, so I seem to be going on big holidays at the same cadence that Warhammer is, or the Games Workshop was releasing Warhammer 40k edition. So, can I get a magnets to bother my dad with, please? I assume this is probably correct. Magnets. I hope that was right. I may have been fiddling about with these. So they might be all over the place. CP Titanic might not be so bad. Well, the thing is, Titanic already costs extra CP to do some stratagems, right? I honestly don't. I think it's fine because I don't want to be overwatched by a goddamn not the Rampage. What are they? The giant knight with all the Gatling guns in Chaos. Despoiler. I don't want to be Despoiler overwatched. But they turn it on Intercessors with enhancement on Gladius, so while it's hitting on 6s, it's lethal sustains. Yeah. Oath with Overwatch it becomes quite scary. Like a surprise Overwatch, like again. Obviously, people go, "Oh, Flamers on the Assault Centurions." Devastator Centurions with full hit rerolls, especially if you're a big unit and I get a lot of the missile hits, is terrifying. Before I'm making custom character with new model rules, I think for my cool Tech Marine, yes. I also need to get some Inceptors because I have a list I want to try before 10th is over. It requires Inceptors. I think that's the only difference it requires. I don't already own. And also Inceptors are cool. I need to get those flames though because the bloody flight stands are a nightmare. I also really like alt ones. You doing a video on the ITT? Yes, I am. That's the next video. It'll be out on a week on Friday. That is has been written and it's been double checked. Normally what I do, I write it through. Super Matt. Thank you for the prime. Basically, I write the script and then I go through and rewrite and like edit it to make it better and fix all the spelling mistakes and all the bits that don't make sense. And then I record it. So I've written it. Oh, you were. Oh, hello. Yes, I've written about you, my friend. Hello, hello. Geeky git. Get me to play Drukhari against you, huh? And then rolling all your 5-up Feel No Pains on Malice, huh? Alerts, porn, spam bot, and general Discord. Oh. Oh. Thank you. Man. Thank you for the call out. They are gone. Cheers, Ivy. Every damn channel? Yeah, they do that. They just spam it in every channel. You make custom characters now? It's in the new Maelstrom books when they come out. 7 out of 10 Field of Fez, yeah. Will it take time off to play Dawn of War 4? Maybe. Well, I'll probably stream it, to be fair. What's my honest opinion on Leagues of O10? I think Leagues of O10 are cool. I actually do. I think they have some cool. Man, seeing the Berserk list that Dan ran is insane. So fun. It was 8. It was too many. Cheers, man. Yeah, that was a fun. To be fair, that was a fun game, but yeah, that was a rough matchup. You'll be happy to hear as well. I played against Drukhari again at Beachhead, but they weren't running Spectacle. They were running Reaper's Wager. So when they threw 10 Hellions at my Assault Centurions and killed 1, and then I punched them back and killed 9. I pretty much tabled him, but the problem was he'd done enough to block my scoring, so I didn't win that game. But I legitimately tabled him, apart from like 3 Reavers, and but from turn 3 onwards, I had Centurions and Shan, and they did a lot of work, but just not quite enough. It was a fun game. Again, Lilith and Malice were nightmares. The bloody Vectora, man. What I basically did is I went, okay, I know that Shrike's going to die, so let me just pull Lilith out early. I just threw Shrike away turn 1 with his squad. I just went, here, chuck it onto my expansion. I kill whatever's on there and go, you're going to have to bring Malice out and Lilith. And he did. And then I was like, okay, now I could just blow them all up. So I got rid of all of that really quick. Obviously, it cost me a lot. Yeah. Hey, Narcius, I'm doing right. How are you? They're interesting as they were when it comes to lore and character. I think they have some pretty cool, actually. I do kind of like them. They have some pretty cool... They have some interesting concepts in there, which I quite like. I like the idea of the fact that the robot versions are treated the same. That's fun. I like the Steeljack. Steeljack's cool. A few years, I'm so excited for the Custodian's refresh. That does look cool. The Custodian's cool. Will there ever be a face reveal? My face is all over the place. It's not hard to find. In fact, if you go to the VOD of the ITT, my face is in round 2 all the time because we played our team played round 2. Because there's a great bit where you can see me getting really annoyed. You see me walking from, I think, like the right side of the camera with my mag case 2.0 from table.stronghold.com. And I think you can read my lips and I go, motherfucker. Because I then I'll point around the room. Basically what happened was when we moved tables, we went from table like 10 to table 36. And as you go up the room, the numbers get higher. So I'll walk up, it's like counting the numbers up. Got to like the late 20s. Then I walked over to the ones that were like perpendicular, and they started at 30. And then I walked all the way back down the room, and it went 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I walked around the entire room. I didn't need to walk that far. I think at one point after the game, when it's like doing the break and it's just got the camera there, I think the woman messaged and be like, if you looked at the camera, so I think I spiked the camera at one point. Has Christian Volkoming already got into Conflict 47? No, he's not. I don't really have much interest in that game. Video record or stream games? I don't have the space at the moment. So no. I mean, I guess I've streamed a TTS game against chat. So I might stream some more TTS games at some point. But physical games, unless I'm like on someone else's stream. Any recommendations from metallic paints? I mean, Lead Belcher is excellent. I use Lead Belcher all the time. Honestly, Citadel metallics are fine. Hey, commentator. Okay. I am going to probably not do any more painting. Just because the next bits are more details and I need to remember what colour to do. I might do some painting tonight just to get a bit more done. Maybe like try and neaten up another set so I can come back tomorrow. Because I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Similar time. Try and get more done. I think if I clean up another 3, I could probably get all the dev done. Try. I'll see how I feel tonight. I've got other stuff I need to do tonight. But yeah, it's going to be a fairly long process. There you go. But for now, I think actually I will probably head off because I've got some stuff I need to sort. Tiny Paul is off to visit Home Planet, and Large Paul is also. It's fun hanging out. Yeah. You sub, hell yeah. I will see y'all tomorrow. So thanks for joining. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Give me all your money, etc., etc., etc. Is anyone? I don't think anyone. Do they? Looks like everyone's stopped streaming. All right. I will head off and hope you all have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time. How do I end stream?